Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajeem. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Dear students of 11th class, you are fully aware that we are discussing the kingdom Protesta, and so far we have thrown light upon the general characters of kingdom Protesta. You know that this kingdom has been divided into three categories or into three groups, and in the first group, Protestant algae, we have seen that has the three representatives like dinoflagellates, euglenoids and diatoms. And we have discussed the one dinoflagellates, and we have seen in our yesterday's lecture the general characteristics of dinoflagellates. Now today our topic is structure of dinoflagellates. Regarding this structure of dinoflagellates, the cell wall of these dinoflagellates is called theca or lorica. So you should remember that each and every cell in majority of cases have the cell wall, and that cell wall possesses also these dinoflagellate cells, and the cell wall of these dinoflagellates is called theca or lorica. Theca, theca or lorica, Lorica, lorica. So you should remember here that the cell wall of dinoflagellates is called theca or lorica. It is composed of plates made up of cellulose. This cell wall of these dinoflagellates is made up of cellulose. The theca contains two narrow cuts. This cell wall of these dinoflagellates, which is called theca, it contains two narrow cuts or two narrow grooves. One is the longitudinal or vertical groove, and the second is the transverse. So two grooves, two cuts are found in the cell wall of these dinoflagellates. One cut is called the longitudinal cut, while as the other is called the transverse cut. Regarding the longitudinal or vertical cut, it is called sulcus, S-U-L-C-U-S, sulcus. The longitudinal cut is called sulcus, while the transverse cut is called annulus or griddle. Annulus, A-N-N-U-L-U-S, annulus or griddle. The cells possess two flagella. Besides this, the cells of dinoflagellates have the two flagella, which are of different size. The size of the flagella is different. That means one can be long and other can be short. The cells of the dinoflagellates possess two flagella which are of different sizes. Cells also possess a relatively large and prominent nucleus. So you should remember that the cells of dinoflagellates have a large and prominent nucleus, which is called mesokaryon, M-E-S-O-K-A-R-Y-O-N, mesokaryon. Photosynthetic pigments which are found in the cells of dinoflagellates include chlorophyll A and chlorophyll C, and besides these two chlorophylls A and C, there are several xanthophylls also. The reserve food material is starch or oil. The reserve food material is starch or oil. The cells also contain an osmoregulatory organelle called piscule. The cells by which these have the locomotory functions contain an osmoregulatory organelle which is called piscule, P-U-S-U-L-E, piscule. and this spicule looks like a contractile vacuole. Cells also possess mitochondria, ribosomes, and Golgi apparatus or Golgi bodies. These are the cell contents. Dinoflagellates reproduce sexually as well as asexually. So you should remember that both asexual as well as sexual reproduction is found in dinoflagellates. Regarding the sexual type of reproduction, it is isogamous. That means it takes place between two similar type of gametes, or it can be an isogamous type, that is it can occur by two different types of gametes. Regarding the asexual mode of reproduction, it occurs through cell division. So the asexual reproduction in dinoflagellates takes place through cell division or by the formation of zoospores and cysts. So this was the structure of dinoflagellates. Here you should now understand that the cell wall of these dinoflagellates is called theca or lorica. Its palate is made of cellulose, and this theca contains two narrow grooves. One is longitudinal while other is transverse. Former, that is longitudinal groove, is called sulcus, while the transverse cut is called annulus or griddle. Cells possess two flagella which are of different sizes, and they have a prominent nucleus also, which is called a mesokaryon. Photosynthetic pigments can be chlorophyll A and chlorophyll C together with several xanthophylls. Reserve food material is starch or oil. Cells also contain osmoregulatory organelle called spicule, which is like a contractile vacuole. Cells also have the cell organelles like mitochondria, ribosomes, and Golgi bodies. Reproduction in dinoflagellates is both sexual as well as asexual. Sexual occurs by isogamous or anisogamous type of gametes, while as asexual reproduction occurs by cell division or by the formation of zoospores and cysts. So this was all about the structure of dinoflagellates. With this we have concluded and we have completed the dinoflagellates, and we have seen the general characters and the structure of these dinoflagellates. After that, in our next lecture, we will discuss the euglenoids. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you very much.